All right, good morning, and I welcome you back to Prince's Seed channel. Today remains the 9th of September 2025, and this morning I want to treat some very sensitive information that we have received. You know, we keep getting questions, and also we keep getting information that we need to project, to this family, knowing that you might learn from this. You might be sustained with this, and whatever applies to one person could apply to some other personalities also within this, because we're a big, formidable family, and so we know we are headed for the best. So when we get some things that could be of importance to you, we don't just treat it as a personal message. Other persons can learn from that, and so we got a message that was directed to us. I won't mention your name, but someone says, I'm a committed listener. Good day, sir. I'm a committed listener of Prince's Seed from a particular state, and my name is so and so. I spoke to my NGO CEO about the issue of signing of MOU by NGOs. Then he told me that UAAG has no money to give beneficiaries. Is that true, sir? Now, okay, there are other things you said there which I wouldn't want to possibly say here. You understand? Now, the response I'm going to give to you on that, your CEO says UAG has no money to give beneficiaries, and I don't want to put up other things that you injected there. Now, nobody outside the core principles for now has received any fund from anywhere, whether it's UAAG or Theobat or Centrita or Supreme. Nobody, not even Sam, who had gone into thin air, not Golden Bridge, not MTN, not Oria, not Osia, not whatever you call it, that have been granted, that have disbursed within this country over time. For you to say that UAAG has no fund to disburse, whoever tells you that is lying to you. Now, what we can still publicly verify is that UAAG or Sanctuary Wealth has run some repeated pre-disbursement activities. There are meetings that have been held, there are verifications, there are memorandum of understanding, talk and discussions since 2023, but there has not been a concrete or credible disbursement right now. That is an independent confirmation of actual distribution of funds as such today, not only by UAAG, but by any sector that claims to have grant. So a blanket claim like there is no money is at best unproven, and at worst an agenda driven. And I hope you're listening to me right now. So if your CEO says that, treat that message with caution, because he might have a hidden agenda. He might be running a hidden agenda because it's purely agenda driven. Don't listen to him. There was a verification exercise that was deeply conducted in 2023 where officials, highly dignified personnel were there, security officials were there, legal practitioners were there, right here in Abuja. They were there. Real verification validations were made. If there was no fund, there wouldn't be any need for that. It would be just like a jamboree. But it was an event that transpired. Part of the delay is because of this corruption that is deeply seated. Yesterday I was talking about the genetic material, that corruption is inside the bloodstream of nearly every average Nigerian. And that's a problem. That's a problem. So currently, no authoritative public proof of payouts has surfaced from regulators, from any mainstream media, from any bank, from community petitions and discussions. We have acknowledgement of delays or met timelines that have shifted. You understand? But that means anyone asserting that there's no money at all, or everyone has been paid at different times, is going beyond what's verifiable for now. We know that there is funds. For your knowledge and understanding, there is money. There is money. But it has not been disbursed yet. If your CEO is proving more difficult or stubborn, he can put his claim in writing and cite his source officially where he got that there is no money. Okay? Else, just treat that message as just an option. It's just wave it off. It's not true. It's not true. Then if you sense some extortion or misrepresentation coming from that CEO, you can possibly document everything, because you have invested. For him to say that you have plunged in money, it was just like when recently Power 5 came out and said there's no money anywhere. I beg your pardon, there's no money. After I've committed my fund, you see there's no money anywhere to give to anybody. People led him to the EFCC. The case right now is still in court. That case is in court as we speak. Afterwards, the intervention fund also came up. It got in a lot of people, and people plunging funds at different quarters within this country, and suddenly they went silent. Now, that one too is in court as we speak. So if your CEO is saying that UAAG has no fund to disburse, document everything. With time, there's going to be a file-up of a consumer, what is called a consumer complaint with the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commissions. That's the FCCPC. They accept complaints directly and they have active enforcement powers. So I think that is for that. Now we have another message that came and says, now this one in particular, I think I have treated it before, but several questions keep coming to that, and I'm going to give you a predefined response to this. This one says, coordinators says that 10,000 naira gives 30 million naira instead of the 100 million that Madam Ngozi mentioned. Can they change it? Now, when I dropped a VN yesterday concerning this particular issue, I remember that I did not really emphasize the part that has to do with that agreement is agreement, but in the preceding VN that I've actually released over time, I've always said that agreement remains agreement. We need to be precise about what the agreement is right now. Now, in Nigerian law, if you have an MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, is usually not binding unless it carries the normal elements of a contract. The offer, the acceptance, the consideration, the intention that is meant to be legally bounded. So if those elements are present, even courts can enforce it. If not, it's typically only just evidence of intentions. Now, but if just on a casual level, you and your coordinator that you subscribed under, you've agreed when you want to come in under him, you agreed to the terms and conditions. He verbally spoke to you. Maybe this information is not so serious right now, but then he verbally spoke to you and you verbally agreed. And it was mutual. It was mutual. You're not dragging anything serious. Then when you see that fund is about to be distributed, you felt like suddenly you've been cheated just because of what you hear. But then you agreed. And you came in. You sent your funds, you acknowledged it, you brought out the list, and you saw your name there. And you agreed verbally, you agreed that you are okay with the terms What was the term? 10K to 30 million. In the long run, you now have that 10K is supposed to be 100 million. You've agreed already. And your agreement was not signed. It was mutual, but it was not documented. You understand? So he can treat it as it is, as just mutual. So if the officially communicated term for a 10,000 slot was for 100 million project allocation, and you have that in writing from an authorized source, maybe recorded address, circular, or some official channel, and a coordinator cannot unilaterally slash it to 30 million if it was actually on paper. You understand? So, but written variations from the same authority level or higher, something can change in between. But now you've agreed to the terms and conditions, and so you are bound by that agreement. Agreement is agreement. It's agreement. So, but then at the same time, try as much as possible to dwell within the conduit or the confine of what happens between you and your coordinator, because everything should be on documentation. And if possibly, you have to confirm whether any official directive authorized this change. Like we hear from Madam Ngozi Israel at different times, we know that Ngozi Israel actually projected that assertion, but did not bring up any evidence to back up that claim. So we can still talk this over, like maybe that's what she thought, or that's part of the agreement that comes from the management. But then until there is a valid, concrete evidence that comes from the management, everything is still based on assumptions and agreement. Things become serious by the time there is an official backup legal memo that confirms or buttresses this. Every other thing still stands on assumptions. And I hope that settles that for the records. So, the bottom line is that for the first person, it's not accurate to flatly say that UAG has no funds. The honest position is there has been a lot of activity, but there is no yet public verifiable payouts. So treat that statement, categorical statement, with skepticism and ask for a proof from your whatever NGO heads or whatever it is. Then on the agreement issue, know that agreement is agreement. So thank you very much. This is Princess. In case this also finds some fulfillment in you, share this so that other persons can also get wisdom, learning, understanding from all of this. This is Princess Said, and we love you. We are for the masses. Don't forget, money is coming, but so also should wisdom be applied. Thank you very much. Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss out on vital update. When we drop one, you certainly have one. And it's a wonderful Tuesday morning. I wish you a very lovely day. Wish you a bid you Godspeed in everything you do. Be in expectation. Let your spirit be high. Let your devotion be committed. Thank you very much. And then we're drawing the curtain for this morning commentary. Until we come your way again, do have a nice day. Bye for now.